Kevin.
Yes,
Kevin, my name is Brian. I appreciate the fact that you touched on a bit on your own family background and history, and I wondered if you could just touch on where you're from.
Sure.
And what your political activities have been over the years.
Sure.
Thanks.
I live in Guilford now. We've been there for about 10 years. I am on the town committee. I served on the planning and zoning, but it was very local. Most of the work that I've done over the years has been state level work and federal work. And I've worked pretty closely on the healthcare reform proposals. We actually helped to, fingers on keys, write a number of those pages. Lifelong Democrat, Democratic family, stuffed envelopes at the kitchen table as a kid. My entrance into Connecticut politics was only a decade ago, and I came up late in the '98 election cycle. I had friends at the DNC, and Barbara Kennelly's campaign was sort of coming to an end in September, and they asked me to come up and try to sort of do some messaging and try to help. And that's when I asked Nancy, when I met Nancy, and Nancy asked me to stay. So if I learned Connecticut politics anywhere, it was with Nancy.
Great partner.
Yeah, you know, I would never have left, and there are days where I get up in the morning and wish I was still there every day. She is one of the few people in politics today who does those things. She is loyal, and she keeps her word. And many of us have nudged her to move up and on, and she is happy doing what she's doing, and we're all better for it. Thank you. Appreciate it, Brian.
Other questions? John?
It sounds like you want to redefine the Lieutenant Governor's office. So
can.
I want to push it to go a little further than that. So you, first off, if you're going to rename it, what would it be to match the vision you have? What would it look like?
Well, you know, I wouldn't necessarily try to rename the office.
I know you
the office
don't.
is what
This is
the office
theoretical
is.
exercise.
But I think there's an argument to be made that the people of the state need an internal advocate within their government. So if you take what I do now as the healthcare advocate, and I sort of work within the systems to help people get the outcomes that are appropriate, if we can take that advocacy role into the Lieutenant Governor's office, could that be a place where people react and file complaints and talk about ways to make things better and build coalitions? So maybe there can be an activist Lieutenant Governor in our government that is directly linked to sort of what's going on in people's minds and in their hearts, and then to inform the governor and their cabinet about what's going on. Because, you know, when you're working inside government, it gets a little, you know, you stop listening. When you hold public hearings at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, you hear from a certain subset of people. When you hold public hearings at 7 o'clock or 7:30 on a Thursday night, you hear a different perspective sometimes. And if you don't get out there at 7:30 on a Thursday night, your view of the world gets really skewed really fast. So I don't want to be so presumptuous as to say, you know, I demand, I want to do this, I want to do that, because I really want to be that policy partner to the governor. But there is an opportunity here. Sort of take that office, not overblow it, but activate it in a way that really is useful for the people. And again, I really feel strongly that if we're not going to do that, we should have another conversation about that office. There are plenty of states that do without them.
Other questions? Yeah, we'll finish.
I don't have a question. I just need to stand up and just tell you just a little bit about Kevin outside of what he said, just so that you know. I know there are a lot of people who really haven't heard of his office, but I can tell you, as the senator who represents Milford, Orange, and West Haven, I've gotten so many phone calls from people literally at the hospital saying, the insurance company has said no, my husband's going to die, my child is not getting care. And the last time this happened to me, I made 2 phone calls. I made one to Kevin, and I made the other phone call to the insurance department, because they're supposed to have an advocate that does the exact same thing. Well, I can tell you something. I didn't get a phone call even back from the insurance department before Kevin had it solved and had the people on their way to getting the care that they had paid for. And it's not just once, it is countless. And I wouldn't stand up at this point, because I know everybody really, we want to hear from everybody. But people, you really, I can't tell you how important his job is that he's doing right now. but how well he has done it and how many people from our town, from Milford, that he has helped in the way that he does his job. It has been my honor and my pleasure to work with him. He's great on policy, really, really terrific, smart on the politics, but most importantly, always there when the people of this town has needed his help. So I thank you for that, Kevin.
Gayle, thank you. One final thought related to that. Inadequate gubernatorial leadership is not a zero sum. It doesn't sort of just remain static. It causes real harm. We had a rescission bill this past year that would have forced insurers to take rescissions when they pull policies away from you because you get sick, to the insurance department to at least get a third set of eyes on it. Passed the Senate 36-0, passed the House 112-36. Governor Rell vetoed that bill and said it would encourage patients to lie. A cancer survivor who should know better. This is not leadership. This is bowing to the pressure of others and not us. So thank you, and I'm going to